Gifford, and Morrison. In Philadelphia, as the Eagles drove to the title in 1960, the leader was the fiery Dutchman, Norm Van Brocklin. His targets were Retzlaff and Tommy McDonald. Then in 1961, the Bald Eagle came to New York, and Y.A. Tittle took the Giants back to the top of the heap, with receivers like number 29, Alex Webster, and Del Shopner. Meanwhile, in Philadelphia, the Eagles had a new red-headed pilot, and no one ever could throw it better than Christian Adolph Sonny Jurgensen. In New York, the scrambling man came from Minnesota, and Fran Tarkenton put a dimension into the position of quarterback that Giant fans have never seen. He could buy time to throw all by himself. 90 miles down the road, the Eagles' main man was Norm Snead, and from 1964 to 1970, he guided the Birds. Now the Giants have Phil Simms coming off his best year ever. When these two teams met on opening day, the Eagle quarterback was Ron Jaworski, and Jaws had a long day. Now a new era begins. The Eagles have a new quarterback, Randall Cunningham, a rookie, and he adds a new dimension to the Philadelphia attack. Last week, Cunningham led the Eagles to their first touchdown of the year and their first victory of the year. Today, the Giants come to town for their 103rd meeting with Philadelphia.
CBS Sports presents the National Football League. Today, the New York Giants against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Live from Veterans Stadium, sold out in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for the meeting between the Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. They met just 3 weeks ago, and the Giants shut them out 21-0. Good afternoon. I'm Pat Summerall, along with my colleague, as usual, John Madden. And Ernest Jackson is back, so apparently nothing was wrong. He probably just got a little tired. He carried the ball in that last series 4 times in a row. Fake is to Jackson. Cunningham is down from Leonard Marshall.
Well, that's the first sack of Cunningham today. Jackson's first. Again, he's working over there. Right here, we see Leonard Marshall, and here's the rookie Kevin Allen, who has to block him. In the first game, Marshall gave Allen all kinds of problems. This is the first time he did today. You see, he starts into him, he gets his shoulders turned, he just gets him pushed back. He just pushed him back and knocked him down after he got his shoulders turned. But today they seem to have him controlled a little better, or much better.
Well, they have 1 sack. Here's Cunningham on a sprint out. Get some time like that, or almost get some time. He is hammered again by Marshall and by George Martin, who limps off.
Yeah, that's what Bill Parcells said. He said the way to play this thing is that you flatten out on the side that he rolls to, and then watch from behind. You chase him from behind, still getting upfield. You see, you flatten out here, come down the line. Now from that backside, stay upfield and chase him. That's exactly what Leonard Marshall did. Don't get even with him. Don't get in front of him where he can cut back, but stay upfield on him.
Michael Horan, number 2. Back to punt for Philadelphia, left-footed. And Phil
to Sally of holding that backside.
Now the Giants will show them a 4-man front, 4-man rush. Cunningham back to throw, and coming free, blowing right up the middle. Here's Jerome Sally again.
I tell you, they got a good rush right in here from the 2 tackles, and they just start right up the middle, and that's the place to put the pressure. Watch him here. You see, there goes Marshall. I don't think anyone blocked him.
Didn't.
He started from the outside. Sally started from the left, took an inside stunt, and went right by him. He's been down there in the sidelines and on the field and up in the booth, and he's seen it from all angles. He knows whether it's good or bad.
He sure has. Down goes Cunningham underneath Leonard Marshall, and that's the 4th sack by the Giants. They got to get him blocked.
Well, they had the problem. The last time it was Marshall and Sally. This time it's Marshall again, just taking an inside move on Kevin Allen. He just out-quicked him on that play. Took that inside and boom, just right up the middle on Cunningham.
Nothing still. 2 minutes to go first half. It's on 3rd and 18. The Eagles will probably go with 3 wide receivers here.
This is a tough time. They have to watch out for the sack, and I wouldn't be surprised if they run. Because if they get sacked or if they have a penalty in the end zone, that's 2 points.
Gonna throw it. He's not going to get sacked. He's not going to get the first down either. Fumble and a flag. The Giants got the fumble, but the penalty flag is down.
And I'll bet you it's going to be on the Giants and on Lawrence Taylor. Because as he came there to tackle, and you can see it's on Taylor, as he came to tackle Cunningham from behind, I think they're going to call him for that right arm ripping. Now Taylor's picking up the flag and throwing it down. But he swung his right arm. I'm sure they're going to call on him for clubbing Cunningham in the head.
There goes his helmet, way behind the Giant bench. Lawrence is peeved.
Disregard the flag on the tackle. There is no foul. Unsportsmanlike, 56 on the blue, throwing the helmet.
Holy moly, but if they disregard the thing, then they should disregard the reaction. He's reacting to a play that they said isn't there, but watch him come in here at the end and watch him swing his right arm. It looked like he was doing something, but he didn't. They fumbled. They said it was on him. He reacted to it. They said it wasn't a penalty, but they still penalized him for the reaction to it. That's absurd.
You don't react to something you don't do.
If you didn't do it, then you can't be guilty for reacting to it. I know that he's so upset, you know, that he hasn't so much. I think what they thought is that club hit him in the head, but it didn't. It hit him in the shoulder. To get us in field goal position anyway.
From 49 yards, Atkinson will try to put this game into a tie. That'll get there. And that's good. 3-3. 49-yard field goal by Jess Atkinson evens the game at 3. The Giants were over in pursuit. They lose 7 yards, 2nd and 17. There goes Quick in motion. Back to throw. If he has time. He was in the grasp of Carl Banks. Jim Burt was back in the area. 6 sacks by the Giants, and they'll take it all the way back.
You know, here's one of the things that Terry Bradshaw brought up once. He says they have this in the grasp rule, but they ought to let the quarterback decide. Do you want the rule or not? And if you don't call me for being in the grasp, because I can run, I can get rid of it. And maybe Cunningham may be that kind of guy. You know, where a quarterback can decide if he wants the protection or not. He's saying, I'm going to move, I'm going to look, I'm going to find something.
Somewhat of a surprise. The Giants from Philadelphia is a bit of a surprise, too, as they're tied 3-3. Carpenter is the lone setback. Sims back to throw it. Has a man open. Tight end Mark Bavaro. Touchdown Giants. The rookie tight end.
The second catch of Bavaro's career, NFL career. He sure made a good one out of that. That's the same thing that Hasselbeck caught a couple weeks ago. It's just a tight end straight down the field. So he's the second guy in here, gets a release. He makes a little move on the linebacker, then he comes straight up the seam. Corner tries to get off, and he can't get over there. That's not a bad reaction for a rookie's first time.
The extra point is good, and the split out wide to the right. But to the left this time. Garrity was to the right. Cunningham wheels away from Burt. Bought himself some time. But he doesn't get away from Harry Carson. Loss of 7. 7 sacks for the Giants.
And the Giants are doing exactly to Cunningham what Bill Parcells was saying they had to do yesterday. He said, you can't stop this guy from scrambling. You can't stop him from running. He's going to. But when he does, we have to come right down the line, and we have to be able to tackle him. That's the key. Not keeping him from doing it, but making tackles like Harry Carson makes here when he does it. You know what I was talking about? The tough thing passing out of your end zone is not only getting sacked, but if you get caught for a penalty in the end zone, it's 2 points.
Reggie White back in action. Joe Morris and Rob Carpenter, the 2 running backs, and Sims is going to work again. The ball goes straight up in the air. It's picked off by Herman Edwards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Has haunted the Giants over the years. Boy, that's a name that Giant fans will never forget.
And they may hear a new name today, Reggie White, too.
That ties the score at 10-10. Look at this.
171 here, Reggie White, Pat. I think it was him. He's getting the push right up the middle, right here on Sims. You see, he starts in there. It was him in the bottom, and then there was someone on the top. Maybe it was Tom Struthers, but they really hit Phil Sims just as he threw the ball.
Here's Clark coming here. And White. Wellington Mara and Harry Humes in front of him. George Young on his right. I'm sure they can't believe what's going on.
I'll tell you, it goes back to that missed field goal. When the Giants missed that field goal, that made an entirely different game out of it. Kept the Eagles within 1. Then that big punt down there put them down. There was another big play. And those little things like that just change the game. You got a different football game here.
From the 40 to the 49, he's 2 out of 2, which means he hasn't missed this year inside the 50. As you look at the rest of the people who are responsible for making, as we said before, our job like a vacation. Mcfadden standing all back by himself. Barefooted, right-footed kicker like his predecessor here, Tony Franklin. Unlike Franklin, yesterday when we were here at practice watching the Eagles, Franklin used to keep a shoe on when he wasn't kicking. This guy does it like this all the time.
He just goes around like this all the time. It's interesting that not only does he not go in the huddle, but he doesn't even go near the huddle. He doesn't want to hear what those guys are saying in there. You know, like, I hope he makes it. I hope he keeps his head down. I hope he concentrates. I hope it, all this. He stays back. When you guys get through all that talk, I'll come up just to kick it.
This will be from 42 yards away to give the Eagles a lead. Jaworski is on the holder. Won't be far enough. No good. No good. Do you like overtime?
I love overtime. I'm sure the Giants do too. Mcfadden doesn't. He looked so confident before that thing. And here, it's a good snap, good hold. Everything's coming up. It's coach the guy that's being kicked against, then they're going to have the better field position and the ball.
Jaworski, the quarterback, with time, fires, intercepted. Elvis Patterson has the interception. Penalty marker is down. A flag is down. Patterson scores the touchdown. If the penalty is against the Eagles, it's all over. Patterson is down in the corner of the end zone being surrounded, but a penalty marker is down. Face mask. The contest is history. The flag was against the Eagles. The Giants win it. There'll be no extra point. 21-yard return. Elvis Patterson.
I tell you, they've talked all year about Elvis Patterson. Everyone's going to do this. Everyone's going to work on Elvis Patterson. The ball was tipped. He was just right there, back there playing zone. Makes a nice move there. The Giants know they got this thing won, and they're going to lead him into the end zone. And he's keeping that ball, too, huh? That's going to be a trophy, that thing. Watch your deflection here. Quick just got a hand on it, his left hand on it. Reason's blocked quick after he missed it. Patterson made a little move, and he followed his buddies into the end zone.
Look at that convoy.
So there, it was an advantage to kick off in overtime.
Quick tipped the ball, and Elvis Patterson was in the right place at the right time when the Giants moved their record to 3-1, and Philadelphia goes to 1-3. Happiness among the Giant owners and administrators. Randall Cunningham reflects the opposite emotion. The Giants beat the Eagles for the second time in 1985. The score 16-10 on the interception and return